G'day, g'day. It's Nick here and welcome to Wicked Wildlife. Now, in the last couple of days, Mr. Bob Catter, an eccentric politician up in North Queensland, has been rattling on radio and the TV that crocodiles are in plague proportions in North Queensland. And if we don't get rid of them all, we're simply being psychotic and cruel because people up there are getting torn limb from limb. So I thought I'd take out Elsa, our crocodile, and we'll have a bit of a chat about the crocodile plague going on in Northern Australia and some of the realities of whether or not crocodiles are really in plague proportions in Australia. Stay tuned, guys. To put up some nest boxes or plant some trees, this is a good thing. Hello. This is Tully, our resident crocodile. The first thing, So the myth that crocodiles are in plague proportions has been going on and on probably since we protected them. I've said in one of our other videos that crocodile culling was taking place in huge numbers across Australia until the 70s. When we stopped, there was only about 5% of crocodiles left in Australia. So we'd really dramatically decreased their numbers. And since then, they've recovered, and lately people are worried that they're in plague proportions. And apparently, Mr. Bob Catter is pretty convinced that they pose a significant risk to human survival in North Queensland. Now, humans have survived alongside crocodiles for 100 plus years in the case of Europeans, and 40,000 plus years in the case of our first peoples. It's not a new thing. Now, like I said, there's another video up with just how we can live alongside crocodiles and the reality of crocodile attacks. So what we want to talk about here is crocodile populations and are they exploding? Now they have gone up. They've returned to probably pre-culling days, but they will never ever explode. You see, a female crocodile lays eggs between November and March every year. And over the wet season, which is when her eggs are sitting in the riverbank waiting to hatch, about 70% of the nests that she will lay over her lifetime flood. The babies don't survive. So let's say she has between 40 and 60 eggs a year. So we'll average it out 50 eggs. Now, they've got a 30% chance of hatching. So in 1 year, let's say that 15 of them hatch. Now, the first year of their life, these guys aren't born the biggest, baddest dinosaurs on the block. They're not tearing apart buffalo. They're fish bait, guys. They're 10, 15 centimetres long. They're food for turtles and birds and all sorts of animals, goannas and other crocodiles. And you see, it's crocodiles' way of putting back into the ecosystem. They can't just keep taking, otherwise every other animal would have disappeared already. And they put back by their offspring. It's food for lots of animals. And it works out between 50 and 54% of crocodiles that hatch are eaten by other animals in their first year. So suddenly, her 50 eggs, 15 have hatched. 7 to 8 of them have made it to a year old. On top of that, another 30% are eaten from 1 to 2 years old before they're finally getting big enough that there's not really anything they've got to worry about other than running into Dad or Uncle Bob, who will still tear them limb from limb. Uncle Bob the crocodile, not Uncle Bob the redneck. So it works out about 5 of those 50 eggs may make it to 2 years old. Most studies show that about 1% of the crocodile eggs that she lays in her lifetime will survive to adulthood. Now, when you think about it, it doesn't seem like much, but it makes sense. You've got to imagine crocodiles have been here since before this ecosystem. They've been here since before the dinosaurs. And if they grew exponentially, they would have eaten everything. There'd be nothing left. A female crocodile's job, just like a female koala's job or kangaroo's job or anything else, is to replace herself and the male in the area, so that when she dies, the species continues. And as a result, these guys are going to breed up very slowly. They have reached the levels, or similar to the levels that they used to be at, and recently they've started to plateau. The reason that this gets skewed a little bit is as crocodile numbers have increased in Northern Australia, human populations have increased massively as well. Also, pastimes that involve water have also increased massively. Go back to the 1970s, people might get to go fishing from time to time, but we worked day in, day out, on the farm, putting in fence posts, chasing cows, We didn't go water skiing and spearfishing and all these things. And we certainly didn't have 20, 30, 40,000 people going down to rivers annually. You know, there's huge numbers of people visiting and inhabiting these waterways. So if anything is in plague proportions, it's North Queenslanders. So crocodile populations have not reached plague proportions. They've returned to where they used to be. They're probably plateauing, if anything. This isn't to say that some level of management isn't required, but the people who say that they're in an unnatural level and they require control are scaremongering, guys. They're trying to make you vote for them. That is it. Watch some of this guy's videos and actually look up facts, and he's making up statistics as he likes. He's just trying to get your votes. So, look, I'm not saying that you should all go out and cuddle and kiss crocodiles. I love crocodiles, but they're not everybody's cup of tea. But at least make an informed decision. Don't listen to somebody who's spouting whatever they like, guys. It's as simple as that. On top of that, like I said, there is another video I've put out only a week ago about crocodile attacks and some of the realities of living alongside crocodiles and whether or not culling even works. So please, go back and have a look at that video. We've got a heap of other cool ones on there. If you like them, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got plenty more coming out. We've always got more videos we're working on. Shoot us a message. We'll try and cover any topics that interest you. Check us out on Facebook or our website, wickedwildlife.com. Other than that, guys, have a good one and take care.